Hello YouTube, Jumpy23 here, back with my FE8 0% LTC. Today we'll be covering Chapter 3. Something that FE8 added is the ability to shop on the overworld. Basically, if there's an armory or an item shop on the map, there's a corresponding armory or item shop on the overworld. This is not the same shop, it sells different stuff, but it's like the same type of shop. So we buy an iron sword for Seth, an iron axe and steel axe for Ross, and then a bunch of javelins and hand axes for everybody. I bought 6 javelins and 2 hand axes because that's what Graded Stick bought, and I didn't want to overthink it. If it turns out that wasn't enough, I can shop again here before Chapter 9, so I'm not overthinking it. Everyone is dumping their vulneraries in the convoy because we're dealing with a thief in this chapter. It would actually boost reliability just a little to let him steal from Garcia, because otherwise I have to rig Garcia to miss him, but it's not hard to rig Garcia missing him, so I'm going to save the 150 gold of a vulnerary and just dump it in the convoy. Chapter 3 is about to really start. It's a nice, easy 4-turn siege map. Now, there's no prep menu on this map, and Seth starts in the very back. If he started up where Ross starts, this would be an easy 3-turn siege. So the fact that it's like an easy 3-turn means it's a really easy 4-turn. So we're really just focused on side objectives here, and just like last map, that's promoting Ross, getting Seth to S swords, and eventually promoting Moulder, so giving him as much XP as possible. Now this is a seize, which means I don't get a turn 4 enemy phase, and there's no enemies nearby on turn 1, so Ross's ability to get XP is a little limited, but we are going to still give him 5 kills despite that, which is 1 kill every phase that he can really access enemies. That's as quickly as you can give Ross kills reliably, because he can only take 1 hit at a time generally. The green unit that just joined is Colm. He's our first thief. So the value of the first thief is really high in some games, but in FE8 it's not. This game's super generous with keys, both chest and door, and there's not much in the way of stealables. There are 2 stat boosters that he's going to steal, and he does have 6 move and water walk. So early in the game when we're strapped for movements with decent units with decent movement, he'll do some things. But his combat is atrocious. It's on par with Erica's. So we want Moulder to be able to heal on this turn. And there are 2 units that he's like in reach of who he could heal. One is Gilliam, the other is Seth. Normally Gilliam is the one who takes a hit, and Moulder can heal Gilliam, but Gilliam actually dodged and Seth took a hit. It's the same either way, it really doesn't matter, so we'll just take those. I attack with a hand axe here with Ross. I could have attacked with a hatchet for more reliability, but it would have made the video take longer because Seth would have to trade him his hatchet or his hand axe on enemy phase. So I just made it faster by attacking with a hand axe since he hit anyway. Seth and Erica both shortened their movement on player phase, so that the archer would attack Ross on enemy phase. If Seth moved his full movement, the archer wouldn't be able to reach Ross. If Erica moved her full movement, then the archer would have attacked her instead. But because they both shortened their movement, Ross gets the kill instead. That's why I had to have Ross holding the hand axe on enemy phase, because the archer had too much HP to die to the hatchet. So the archer who recruited Colm, I'll talk about her now. She's Namey. She's really, really bad. We're going to deploy her on one more map after this. But she's on par with like Gilliam and one of the worst units in the game. Erica attacks with a rapier here. She can crit and kill the brigand, which will be bad, but it's like Ross with a hand axe. I just had her attack with a rapier just to save some video time, because otherwise she'd have to trade the iron sword off Franz and stuff. And Franz needs to hold the iron sword right now, because otherwise this hand axe brigand will attack him on enemy phases. HP is getting kinda low, so the AI will prioritize attacking Franz. Just like last map, I have to hit a lot of hand axe and javelin hits on brigands to feed Ross, which is kinda unreliable, but unlike last map, I have a little more actions than I need, so I can do some backups on them, so it's a little more reliable. There are 3 chests on the top and 1 on the bottom on this map, but they're full of the worst garbage ever. I guess it's like a tutorial on stealing, and they don't want to punish you too bad for missing them, because it's an iron lance and a hand axe are the items that we get, and the items that we miss are a javelin and an iron sword. So that's me showing that if Gilliam had missed one of his hits on this brigand, I could back it up with Garcia using a hand axe, but he didn't, so I didn't need to. I get to kill that chest key holding brigand, unlike Graded Stick, which could be nice. I'm honestly not sure yet if I'm ever actually going to use that chest key, because it's... I mean, basically every time there's a chest, there's an enemy standing right next to it holding a key throughout this entire game, and there really aren't even many chests that are worth opening. But Seth easily one-rounds Vasbo with the steel sword. He actually doesn't with the iron sword, which is the first time that Seth has seen an enemy the iron sword doesn't kill. But regardless, he's still easily killing with the steel sword, and that's a bunch more sword XP for Seth on this map, which is nice. And Erica seizes, completing this map in 4 turns. Thanks for watching.